How many of us like new things? Anybody like new things? That's it? 3 people?
I'll admit it.
Okay, just admit it, right? A nice new car, shiny, it has the new car smell, right? I asked this question at St. Anthony's, and I got from the women, what do women like? Jewelry? No, I got shoes yesterday. So it's jewelry today? Handbags. Okay, handbags, shoes, and jewelry. Okay. And men, cars, right? I heard cars, and I didn't get it. I thought it'd be like a new power tool or something like that. I didn't get that. I was surprised. You like a power tool? Okay, very good. So why do I bring that up about newness? Because all the readings today are about making things new. We like new things, and guess who else does? Jesus Christ. He wants us to be new. And He's constantly making us over and over. You know that show, The Great Makeover, huh? We are the great makeovers and overs and overs, right? Because we need to be made over and over because we are sinners. But the beauty of this Sunday is it's talking about His mercy, right? We heard in the first reading, right? When they're talking about Israel, right? The reproach. The reproach is not talking about their bondage under Egypt. The reproach is talking about what was lifted from them was their shame if they had gone out into the desert and died in the desert, then it would be like God didn't hold up His end of the deal. He brought us out here to die. But what does He do? They enter the land of Canaan, right? They enter the land of Canaan. That's the promised land. That's our heaven, all right? That's why they didn't need manna anymore. Manna was to feed them in the desert. Now they are fed by the fruits in the land of Canaan. And then we go to the gospel. We have the son who was very rude to his father. You're just as well dead to me. Give me the money. And then he goes off and squanders it in a life of sin. We do that. We do that because God gives to us grace. He gives us grace all the time. And do we manage it properly or do we squander it? Well, every time we sin, we squander it because we are not moving towards newness. We're going back to our old ways. Right? And the brother, envious. Huh? That's an example of the scribes. The way the scribes treated Jesus and acted towards Jesus, that's who the older brother is representing. And the prodigal son is Israel. Because Israel, remember when they would take on false idols. Okay? In the scriptures, they call that harlotry. Huh? You've left your God to go and betray God with another woman, so to speak. But the beauty, as we hear from St. Paul, is we are new creations. We are new creations. When you think about, we can look back on our lives and say, okay, what do I remember where I really went off the rails? I'm sure we got something, right? We all got something. Or maybe even now we're struggling. But the beauty is Jesus is merciful. He's waiting, just like that father was, to wrap His arms around us and welcome us home. Home into the covenant which we celebrate at every Mass. Every time we celebrate this Eucharist, we make new again our covenant with God until we come to fully realize it in heaven. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, what more can we ask from our Father than that unconditional love? You know, that prodigal son came back. I'm sure he had rehearsed very carefully what he was going to say to his dad, right? how am I going to word this? Dad, I'm really sorry. I didn't listen to what you taught me when I was growing up. And I went with all these different women and I did this and I did that. And he ended up working for Gentiles because Israelites don't raise pigs, right? So he was down in the dumps. Huh? He was at his lowest point. But the father didn't want to hear the explanation, did he? He didn't say, sit down and tell me now, son. Why were you so foolish? He didn't even go there. Put a ring on his finger, put a robe on him, put sandals on his feet. Those are all signs of honor. But there's one little line in that gospel too that can go right over our heads. The father saw him from a distance and ran to him. That doesn't happen in Jewish law. The father doesn't run to anybody, but our Father runs to us. And I'm telling you something, we better crawl back and crawl back fast, right? All of us want to get to heaven, and we don't ever want to go to hell. I talked about hell last time. I talked about it's real. Don't get complacent. Jesus spoke about hell many times in the scriptures. So if there's something in our lives that we need to leave, okay, a life of harlotry where we are making something else the most important thing in our life other than God, it's time to come back. No explanation needed to the Father. Just turn your heart and let Him make you new again. I don't know about you, but when I come out of confession, I feel great. Wow! Oh, it's off my shoulders. What a great feeling that is. Anybody can agree with me? Show me hands. More if you need to get to confession then. The penance service could have been busier, I'll be honest with you. There weren't enough of you here. I had 3 priests and we weren't busy enough. Okay, so you'll still have an opportunity during the mission coming up this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? Come and be made new. Come back to the Father. Leave the pig pen. Leave the pig pen. Get out of the mud and come and feed on choice wines and fruit. That's what He's inviting us to. He's giving us the ultimate gift. And He paid the price of giving His Son for us. Is that not enough for us? Do we need more to be convinced of His love and His mercy for us? In The Passion of Christ by Mel Gibson, I'm sure many of us have seen it, when He falls down, and our Blessed Mother remembers Him as a little child falling down, and she runs over to Him, and He gets up and He says, what? I make all things new. Let Him make us new again.